One of the things that the Rebbe writes in the letter, the Michtav Kloli, Bekesher with Yud Shevat, the Hanhogis v'Hirois for Yud Shevat, that we should explain to people, Bnei Bayis, in Bate Knessis, in Bate Midrashis, in Mokim Kinusei Hanoyar, we should explain to them all about the Pa'ulas, Pelosiv, Avedosif, of Kvei Klushas Mori, V'chami Admur. Asher Ovid B'kol Yimei Chayav. And one of the lines that Rebbe uses there, when the Rebbe says that we should address the Noyar, HaCharedi, and those Asher Le'es Ata Adayin Einei Charedi, we should tell them that Chibba Yeseda Noidas Lehem, that the Rebbe, in this case referring to the Friedrich Rebbe, has an extra special chibba he cherishes and he loves, a chibba yeseda to the noyar, to the youth. So out of the various different heroes and hadrachas and anhagas of Yud Shevat, it's important we should dafke visit our youth, both Charedi and Leisat Ein Charedi. We should talk to them about the Rebbe and explain to them this nekuda that the Rebbe loves them tremendously. And this is something which is becoming more, this the Rebbe wrote in Tafshin Yud Aleph, but as time passes, it's becoming more and more relevant. Va'at kedei, an Indian of Pikuach Nefesh v'atzalos nefashis, and not only Beruchnius, but also Begashmius kipshutei. There's a Pikuach Yosha nation benegay to parents and Hanholis and Avodah Pratis, if the focus is supposed to be on Kabbalah Soil, or rather the focus is supposed to be on Tainug. And everything is found in Torah. In Torah we find both the Indian and the importance of Kabbalah Soil. And in Torah you find the importance of Ahavtas Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavcha b'chol nafshecha b'chol meidecha u'b'lashon harambam, that somebody who doesn't serve Hashem etoich simcha v'tuv leivav, that the pasuk in the Teichacha Tachas Hashalei refers to this, in addition to the Pirush Arizal. So a fundamental part of our Avodas Hashem is to understand not only that when we talk about his kashrus, Chassidim gave a name to Yud Shevat, that it's a day of Rosh Hashanah for his kashrus, whatever the pshat in that is. Hayoyim hazen yesel ha'om as doir hashvi, as the Rebbe's Chassidim, and doir hashvi, of course, is all about Malchus, which is Kabbalah Soil. But when we talk about his kashrus, a crucial and critical aspect of his kashrus is a hergish of his kashrus. His kashrus is not only the bittul chitzoni, the kri and the shtachvoya, but the fact that believe and nefesh, the person has a hergish of his kashrus. And this is kashrus, the b'derecha yosher b'derecha chayzel, like it says in Hayom Yom, the feelings that the Rebbe has for Chassidim and Chassidim have for the Rebbe, it works in both ways, and each one affects each other. To put it in simple language, there are many youth out there that while they hear a lot about the importance of obedience and the importance of authority and the importance of Kabbalah Soil, they literally do not know as mir haben a Rebbe was hotzei pashat li Begashmius. A Rebbe that loves them Begashmius chibi yiseda noidaslem. And when I say this in the gate to atzalos nefashis, they're youth, and we keep on hearing about them that are struggling with this Indian, and they feel they really have zero to contribute. They have zero feeling, zero hergish, and that creates feelings of depression. That's to put it mildly, and in some cases it gets worse than depression, and as has been reported to us many, many times over the last few months. I don't know if I have to spell out Barachel Bitcha Aktana, but those who have an achrayis and a responsibility to talk to children, to noyar, ha michsharim lezen, those that could become michsharim, whether it's parents in their homes, and whether it's mechanchim, and whether it's you for yourself. In today's day and age, it's almost impossible to be mechanech a child without him feeling a hergish of tainug in a geschmack in a mitzvah. If a child does not appreciate the Yodaita Hayoim Hashivoisel of Avecha, does not appreciate, which is what Chachma bin Das Teres Sidis Chabad is, the Yodaita, and because of that Liv Avecha, he doesn't feel connected, he doesn't feel attachment, it can have catastrophic results. And our achrayis on Yud Shevat, the Rebbe tells us, is to tell our children that you should know that is a chibur yeseda noidas lahem. You should know that what you do is important. You should know that what you do is significant. You should know when you do a ma'isa mitzvah moeder hamshachas and elam esalyanim, and it has an effect on you downhill amata as well. And you should know that the Rebbe told us Chavches Nissen not only as an achrayis, but also the Rebbe gave us the schus that we could be a chelik of this inyan, that every one of us could be part of the inyan of the Kalva Pnei Mashiach Tzedkeinu. And when you do a ma'isa echad or dibur echad or machshava achas, even if you think this is absolutely insignificant, a small ma'isa, the Rebbe says in a Sicha Nun Beis, that could be the only thing that's missing, is to give several coins to tzedakah. Now you think about this, Shadu b'nafshechem. You go and you put in 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents into a pushka, you talking, this Rebbe says in a rally for children, that's the davar hayachid in Nun Beis, the one and only thing that's missing. When you value and you appreciate every time you open a siddur, and you say brachas from a siddur, and every time you daven with kavanah, and every time you put on tefillin, and every time you learn in the pisgam, even the Dibur HaMaschel only, in Inyana Gula Mashiach and Teira B'chlal, how the Pa'ula that this has on you and El Masayonim and entire Klal Yisrael, that this Maisa Echad, Dibur Achas, Afilu Machshav Achas, and the Rebbe says that even a katan, even a child Ben Yoime, normally we say katan Eilei Machshava, he only has Maisa. Unless it's machshavta and yikeres mitoich meiser. The Rebbe says you can see if a child does one action, this could tip the entire scale. And the Rebbe repeated this many, many times, and he told us we should explain this to our children and tell them this is not just a yira atzma, you should imagine this. It's a reality that every time you do one behavior, one small thing, you're actually tipping the scale and you're actually causing a tshuva atzala, salvation to the entire world. And this can't be more expressed than in Doir Ashri, which Doir Ashri is all the way on the bottom of all the previous generations, and our generation brings the aliyah for all the previous generations throughout the entire Klal Yisrael. From all generations, they get their aliyah through the ma'asim that happen in our generation. Kemashal haliver, like Chassidus brings the mashal, that if you lift up a building, you lift it up from the very, very bottom. So even if somebody feels that they're rock bottom and have all types of thoughts, suicidal thoughts, depression thoughts, v'chulu v'chulu, everything they do has a pa'ula l'mayla. This is a message that Rebbe tells us we should talk about on Yud Shevat. You might feel it doesn't fit the Fabrengen, but this is something that the Rebbe tells us on Yud Shevat we should talk about. And it's negei, not only Yud Shevat, it's negei b'meshech kol hashana kula, b'meshech kol hachayim kulam, and it's goyim hatzolos nefashis kipshutai. If a child appreciates, if an adult appreciates, how many adults are there that are going around like zombies, and they think that whatever I do has hardly any effect and nobody cares, I'm not important, not to the Rebbe Chas v'Shalom, not to Chassidim, not to Klal Yisrael, not to myself, and not to my family. If a person appreciates and starts having this perspective, it could make a change, and it could start, and it has a pa'ula, sayan Torah mitzvahs, and sayan hatzalos nefashos, and sayan, most importantly, agula mitzvah shleim. So the Rebbe should help, and we should take this message and impart this message to our children, to ourselves. V'ani hakotten b'seichem, yifalu bi b'ashemim, und the rikim zal zeiche sein zu gulus eilamim, a time when it won't be a time of Kabbalah. Now, still, you could argue Kabbalah Soil. Lasted Lavi, everything will be revealed in a revealed way, so it'll all be metoich ava, v'tainag, v'simcha, the entire world will be a keli. V'ro kol basa yachdav, kipi avai dibir, b'gula amidas v'ashleima now mamish.